Okay, so first let's clear this up. Zoro is an honorary swordsman who would definitely not want to cheat his way to the top. Zoro has shown this many times on how manly he can be. For instance, look at the Davy backfight art. He told Chopper to shut the hell up and start being a man as soon as he was sped off to the other team, you know? This is obviously true manliness. I find it hard to believe to just randomly give Zoro a fruit. We would have to look for a situation where he would be in great need of a fruit and he would have to have one on him at the time. Not only that, but Zoro and Sanji aren't devil fruit users and most of the others are like they have devil fruits. And like, who's going to be there when Luffy or someone else falls into the water? We obviously can't have Nami do it because she would be steering the boat. Plus she's not the best swimmer. Also, Chopper is a devil fruit user, so he's a no-no. If Zoro has a fruit, it would affect things heavily. But thirdly, if I were to give Zoro a fruit, I would try giving him a fruit that could match his swordsmanship, and his fruit should be able to be compatible with his skills as a swordsman, so there's also that. So let's talk about what devil fruit would suit Zoro the most. I came up with a few answers for the occasion. Okay, so first up on my list is the Hana Hana no Mi. But Baz, doesn't Robin or already have this fruit? Oh, well, yeah, she does. And but Baz, how does this benefit Zoro? Okay guys, just think about it. If we were to kill off one of the best waifus for her fruit and give it to Zoro, Zoro could perform the 1 million sword star. Nah, I don't think he would be able to make 1 million hands, but it would be very handy, no pun intended. Just think of the possibilities Zoro could do with this fruit, but like, this also comes at a great cost. Giving this fruit to Zoro would really put the team to a disadvantage. Since Robin is an archaeologist, she's definitely a helpful asset in the Straw Hat Pirates too. This is really only benefiting Zoro as he gets a huge power up, and it can also help save Luffy right before he's about to fall into the water or something. He can also save himself by making a chain with the hands to safely catch himself. Now, I know this isn't the best option I have on the list, so let's get on to the second recommendation. Okay, so I was thinking a good devil fruit for Zoro might just be a Zoan fruit. Now, the only problem I have with this is that it would ruin Zoro's look because I'm not gonna lie, most people who go from ordinary human to Zoan look ugly as hell in their Zoan state, but of course there are a few exceptions such as Marco, the legendary wielder of the Tori Tori no Mi. But then again, it's a freaking phoenix and phoenixes are cool, like you can't even lie. But then again, making Zoro ugly could be worth it. Just look at what happened when Kaku ate the Ushi Ushi no Mi. Like, my man's turned into a freaking beast, bro. But that still wasn't enough to stop Zoro, though. Still wasn't enough to stop Zoro, bro. Zoro's OP. Best character in One Piece. Okay, but I think I have found out what type of fruit to give Zoro. Not a Paramecia, not a Logia, but a Zoan. This would really give him that boost that we really need for Zoro. So I think I found out what type of fruit to give Zoro. So I think that the best fruit to give Zoro to be able to compete with his swordsmanship skills and all of that, like all of the above with his speed, his agility, his tanking, his buffing, it would be a Zoan fruit. But what type of Zoan fruit? I think I found the answer. All I'm pretty much doing by giving Zoro this fruit is making him tanky as hell, 10 times faster, 10 times stronger, more durable, and etc. I'm pretty much just giving him stat boost. So I'll be giving Zoro a cheetah/lion or some type of wildcat type fruit because yeah, I reckon this could really help Zoro. And the best part about it won't make him look too ugly. So yeah, something like Lucci's fruit, but way better. Now the hard part is on how to give Zoro his fruit, but how could we possibly approach Zoro to eat this fruit? There are multiple ways. Now the easiest way is that they accidentally discovered a fruit and Sanji cooked that bad boy all the way up and accidentally served it to Zoro and he ate it not knowing what it was, but then realizing what happened moments later. But nah, I'm not going to do that. That's way too boring and way too easy. And honestly, that's just a cheap way of getting a what if. So let's go into this a little bit further. Now guys, we could possibly make Zoro in a near-death situation where he could just happen to have a devil fruit on him and he eats it, but we all know that Zoro is too stubborn to do that, and he also wouldn't know what the fruit was, so if there was a chance of him surviving, he wouldn't want to risk having a stupid, ugly, dumb devil fruit with him for the rest of his life. Okay, so we're already one solution in, and I think we just found ourselves a winner. Okay, so I think this would be really interesting because it could give Zoro some type of character development if he did do it, trying to save Luffy. We know Luffy and Zoro have an unbreakable manly bond, and I'm pretty sure that most of the other outcomes wouldn't have worked. You see, Zoro wouldn't want to cheat his way up either. Plus, I'm pretty sure he would rather die than eat a devil fruit. But if we adjust the situation just a tiny little bit and put someone else's life in danger, I think there is a chance of him actually eating a devil fruit. So with all of that said, I know I said I wouldn't be storytelling, but I do have to explain the situation. Okay, so this is a reasonable reason on how I see Zoro getting a devil fruit. So guys, let's skip to the Skypedia arc. Now everything goes the exact same until they find out that the sky had Verth on it. Now I'm going to make it so that there was a devil fruit on this Earth, or Verth, whatever you would like to call it, because on the other side of jail, let's say there was just a mysterious fruit laying up before it got blasted into the sky to form part of Sky Island's turf, and I'm going to make it similar to the Neko model leopard, but I also want to make it stronger. And I recently found out that jaguars are like leopards that went Super Saiyan, and a female jaguar literally weighs more than a male leopard. Like, that's just crazy. So guys, imagine Rob Lucci with his Hawaiian human form, but 10 times bigger. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with that. That's pretty mean. And also guys, jaguars are hunters, which kind of fits with Zoro's persona. So anyways, I took the Japanese word from jaguar and said it twice and put no mi at the end of it, because you know, that's how they're making devil fruits these days. And you know, I can't just use neko no mi, which means cat no mi, because Rob Lucci already has it, unless I'm going to make it that Rob Lucci dies, which I can't, because he's a very important antagonist later on in the Water 7 and Enies lobby arc, so I can't just kill him off right now and give the fruit to Zoro. So anyways, I will be naming it the Jaga fruit. Oh my god, wow, this is so cringe. Did I seriously just make up a One Piece fruit? I mean, it could potentially be a fruit, so who knows. Anyways, I think a jaguar model type devil fruit would fit Zoro really well, because not only does it make him faster, it makes him more tanky, more stronger, very good for a swordsman like Zoro. So anyways, they find this fruit hidden in the Verth, and as if Zoro would eat it on the spot. So they find out how much it is worth. Well, let's just say it's worth a fortune, so they decide to keep it. Anyways, I reckon all would stay the same. Let's say that Chopper kept it in his medical bag or something. I don't even know. You can do whatever you want with this part. But now, I'm going to skip an arc or two, but before I do that, y'all know Kaku, right? Well, I'm going to say he had some extra training, but first of all, let me show you the power scales for the CP9. So as we can see, Kaku has a I can't pronounce that, so I'm gonna just say that. My pronunciation is garbage, so don't mind that. Anyways, he has a of 2000. Now, why don't we bump this up from his training to 3500? This would also mean he could match Zoro in their fight. But wait, Zoro hasn't eaten the devil fruit yet, so let's make that happen. Okay, so I would say since Kaku is a lot stronger now, he would be a duo with Lucci. Now, I'm going to say that Kaku and Lucci would take advantage of Luffy and surprise attack him while capturing him. Now, of course, Zoro hasn't eaten a devil fruit yet, so Luffy was with the crew just vibing, and Kaku and Lucci jump out of nowhere, stealing him. And by the way, Kaku already has eaten his devil fruit at this time, but this might not make much sense. So let's say that the CP9 delayed their attack and came up with a plan to take Luffy. So they pretty much have Luffy taken as a hostage, and of course, if Luffy dies, Zoro would be hopeless. He would give up on being a pirate. Plus, he is honorable, so it would be pretty hard to just hand him over a devil fruit. We need to make him choose the fruit. let's say Zoro and the rest of the crew are panicking that their captain is about to die. Luffy smiles and says his goodbyes, but as he does that, Zoro puts on his little do-rag and starts scrimmaging through Chopper's stuff, and he comes across the devil fruit they found in Skypiea. Zoro would then take a leap of faith, hoping it's a fruit that could enhance his speed in time to save Luffy. So he eats the fruit, and then Baz ends the what if there.